culture this week we focus on the Calpe Conference. The event in its 20th year opened at the Gibraltar University, dealing with Neanderthal and Modern Human response to climate and environmental change. It will debate numerous related subjects, bringing together specialists in a variety of fields.
You're going to be comparing how people have reacted or affected the environment from the earliest peoples to there are some speakers talking about, the case of Gibraltar in the 19th, 20th century. And I like that idea. It bridges time, and you look at how people have dealt with such issues as water shortages or food supplies and so on through time. But also the question of to what degree have we affected the environment? When did that start? Now, everybody seems to think that it's with us, the modern humans, if you like, that we're the first agents of that change. And there is now a discipline, or an argument, people are strongly arguing that in the way that you have geological periods defined, that the present day should be defined as the Anthropocene, in other words, the period where we affected the environment. And that's meant to start with us. But the more we look at the earlier peoples like the Neanderthals, I mean, we published a paper last year showing that they're already, for example, if you look at the campfires around in Gorham's cave, the sediment around the campfire, and you actually look at the chemical composition, they're actually polluted. They're polluted to modern day levels by the chemicals from the fires. So the Neanderthals were already beginning to create aerial pollution, if you like. So I think these are interesting questions, and that through time we can begin to answer those.
Obviously discussing the Neanderthals, so how significant is this when only last week Gibraltar officially launched its World Heritage Site of the Gorham Cave complex?
Well, it's great because tomorrow the whole session is devoted to Neanderthals, mostly Gibraltar, but not just Gibraltar. And what we're going to do is summarise everything we've done in the last 26 years, a number of speakers. And it's the first time since it was inscribed as a World Heritage Site, as the Minister decided to launch this morning, that you're going to be able to hear this. And it's been an interesting exercise to piece together all the stuff that's been published over the years and to put it together in one session. I'm looking forward to that.
Larry Sawchuk says he fell in love with the rock and its people since first visiting in 1974. He'll be discussing how Gibraltar coped with water shortages and what impact this had on the community.
Well, if you look at the history of Gibraltar as I have, I think water was, it's described as the first necessity of life. And for many of the people living on the rock, it was perhaps the most important element in their life, because especially during the summertime, there was a complete shortage of rainfall or water, and people were dying of diarrheal diseases. I mean, I'm going to lecture on this. I'm going to try to give a voice to the people, especially living in the upper part of the rock, who suffered enormous mortality, and especially the children. And that's what I want to talk about. So,
topics are wide-ranging, from the impact of El Niño in ancient Peru, the issue of biodiversity and its future, and fish archaeological records. Arturo Morales kicked off the lectures today with the latter.
And I have this idea of fishes just being fishes and nothing but. In fact, they're products of human activities. And when you look at them in that way, you see that there are many things that you are missing when you only consider them as animals. And this interaction, I think it's fascinating, because we have a lot of problems nowadays with fishing and fishes, but we cannot frame them from the standpoint of time, because we have no references. All our problems are 50 years old, but these things have been going on for thousands of years, perhaps hundreds of thousands of years. And the fascinating thing is that you can see in the record what is happening today was happening in the past, in a slightly different manner, but still happening in the past.
The event runs until Saturday and is free for local residents. More information is available by calling 200 742 89.